Hello, it is Sunday, February 18th, 2024. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a big Sunday-themed grid. It's entitled The Inside Scoop. I tend to take about 40 minutes on these puzzles, these Sunday puzzles, and I hope that's about how long this one takes me, because that's about how much time I have today to solve this, roughly speaking. So hopefully it's not a huge outlier in that regard. And it's got a name, the Inside Scoop, like I said, so we'll find out what that's all about with respect to its theme. And this inside edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Geeta Karudi, Josh Allen, Mike from Vermont, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. It means they bring us this series, they keep this whole thing going, day in, day out. For that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those four. Thank you to everybody who's a patron of the channel, and at any level. And if you'd like to support the channel similarly, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field. There you'll find the bonus video available to patrons, the bonus videos, I should say, plural, and also the official mug for benefactors. Thanks again to everybody who backs the channel at any level. And thanks also if you subscribe on YouTube, if you comment on this channel, or comment on the videos, leave comments, like the videos. Boy, I can't seem to speak. Doesn't bode well, does it, for solving this crossword? And also, you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is linked in the description field. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there. All right, so let's get on to the crossword. This is constructed by Sid Sivakumar, whose puzzles I do remember enjoying. And he's constructed, I think, somewhere roughly around a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shortz. It's called The Inside Scoop, and we'll find out why soon enough, I think. So let's start solving. Oh, wow, look at that. We have a sort of climbing vine illustrated in the grid. That's very nice. They're getting more ambitious with their illustrations in recent years. Anyway, don't know what to make of that just yet. Inside Scoop. I'm trying to think how that might relate. I don't have any good ideas. Mess hall patrons in brief. Mess hall. So GIs, maybe? If you're in the military, you might dine at the mess hall. So let's just look at the crosses and see if that works. Winter housewarming option. Gas fuel, gas oven, gas stove doesn't fit. It's probably gas something. That's my goal. I mean to do it, maybe. That's my goal. Home screen array. No, it isn't that. Okay. I plan to, because home screen array could be apps. You could have an array of apps on your home screen on your phone. So I plan to. That's my goal, to finish this crossword in roughly 40 minutes. Spill over could be to slop over, so liquid could slop over the edge of a vessel. And powerlifter's helper could be a spotter in the gym. Maybe you could have someone spotting you as you lift for safety. Okay, so winter housewarming option, right? I already looked at that. Boozy drink. So is it a drink that is alcoholic but also is associated with Halloween or something? Because you might have a ghost saying boo. I'm not quite sure I follow with the pun. It's obviously punny, but I don't quite get it yet. Sure, I will eventually. Address or address. Well, if you as a verb, if you address somebody, you speak to them. There we go. That could be it. And then what about this? Civil wrong, tort. So that's, wrong done in a case of civil law. The wrong done to somebody. I think that's basically what tort means. So winter housewarming. Oh, gas heat. I didn't think of that possibility, but it's probably the most obvious and appropriate one. Boozy drink. Boozy drink. Oh, haterade. Okay. I think this has actually been in the crossword before, maybe a couple of years ago. I think it's been a while since I've seen it in the crossword. But, if you could say drink the haterade, you're sort of being unpleasant and critical of somebody, often in a sort of public fashion, hence the boo, as in yelling boo at somebody. So the drink is referring to Gatorade. So there we go. That's what this one is. Summer Olympics host between London and Tokyo. Probably in time. I was thinking of geographically, and I was thinking that's strange. No, Rio, probably. Rio de Janeiro. And if something involves something else, it entails it, and the situation entails several people, it involves them. Barbecue grill fill. Coals? Yes, you could fill. Oops, you could fill your barbecue with coals to obviously um, as your sort of heat source. Oh, what is this? Eight kosher? What is the clue? Yes, eschewed pork and shellfish stays is eight kosher, so according to Jewish strictures. Okay, which would include those. All right. So, marine predator often seen near shorelines. Something shark? Seems plausible. Port container. Does it mean a container? I mean, I read it and you think a seaport, a container at a seaport, but then I immediately thought, well, maybe it's misdirection and it means port as in the sweet wine. A fortified wine, maybe more accurately. Or no, maybe it's not fortified wine, is it? What does port count as? Is it a dessert wine? Anyway, whatever. That's not the point. The point is, it might refer to either of those concepts, and I don't know which. A carafe, maybe? If it's, you could serve wine from a carafe. So that could be it. So then what was this again? The marine predator. Something shark. Land shark? I don't just try to think of any word that would fit here. I don't know. First Nations people. The Cree. There we go. That could well be it. First Nations, I associate that with Canada. Does that help me with this at all? Strict sales limit informally. One per. If you have a sales limit, because maybe something's only available in limited quantities, you could say a one per customer. So the informal version would just one per. Could be the answer. Maybe this is land shark. Oh, is that actually the answer? Sand shark. That makes more sense. Sorry, I talked myself into some nonsense there. Theater backdrop is a scrim. So that's a you drop it down to sort of diffuse the light. Scrim. It's a semi-transparent material. You can use it in theater or filming or some other setting like that. My concern is I fear this might be the case. And so this we can still basically read. What is this? Variety used to make Bordeaux wine. Oh, right. We've got another wine after our port. So Merlot grapes could be used to make Bordeaux wine, I suppose. I wouldn't have known that off the top of my head, but there we go. That's the answer. And Olympic gymnast Reisman. Okay, here is an Olympian whose name I have heard. Ali Reisman. There we go. I mean, is it possible? I've heard it mainly just through the crossword. It is entirely possible, but let's not worry about such details. Comics sound when something is snatched. Oh, maybe it's an I. Maybe it's Ollie Reisman with a Y. After my seeming moment of triumph, I was foiled again because I'm thinking this could be something like yoink. I couldn't think of anything where an I would be appropriate there. Okay, well, I guess I didn't know that name very well. Some kennel personnel. Groomers, as in dog groomers in a dog kennel? That could be the answer. So what is we've got rumor. I don't know what that means. We've got rumor, and then we've got Merlot. Oh, Merlot's on the vines. Merlot's growing on the vines. Are these going to be other grape types? Variety. Oh, was this italicized? It was, and I just completely didn't notice it. This was italicized. It's part of the theme. So, right, okay, these will be grapes or something else that grows on vine. Variety commonly found in jellies and pies. Jellies in the sense of jams, I guess this means. Berries or something? But it says particular variety, so it'll be something more specific than that. I'm not sure offhand. What about this? Variety that shares its name with a Mideast capital. Oh, this will be completely elusive to me, and then when it becomes clear through crosses, it will be blindingly obvious in retrospect, and I'll be annoyed. How do I not immediately jump to what this is? That's infuriating. Okay, sorry. We'll come back to it. Arena seating section, so seating tiers in an arena, big venue. And record holder for most games played in the FIFA World Cup 26. Oh, interesting. Record holder for most games played in the FIFA World Cup. How? That's really interesting. I would have just assumed this would be a very obvious big football powerhouse country. It probably is, and I'm just too dense here to think what it is. Oh no, it's not. It's a person. Oh, okay. I was thinking that seems like strange because, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was on the wrong track entirely. It must be Messi. It must be Lionel Messi, who again I have heard of. So there we go. Does that work with this? Organization whose initials are aptly hidden in foreign satellite interception. NSA, I guess. I mean, I'm never a huge fan of when these have more words than the ones that actually include the hidden bit, because NSA is spelled only within foreign satellite, but that's an unfair feeling, and it's just because that's how cryptic crosswords work, but there's no reason we should apply that arbitrary expectation to this crossword. So forget I said anything. And then here we have modern eras, which is a common enough phrase. Here we have orders more of than necessary. Over books, maybe? No, that doesn't fit. Over orders more of than necessary. Over more of something. So this is something you specifically do to an item. Over, not sure. What about this? Trains above street level. L's, elevated rail. Comedy character who once asked the UN Secretary General if Disneyland was part of the UN. That sounds like Ollie G, the Sacha Baron Cohen character. That's pretty good. All right, clenched as teeth. Gritted. If one gritted one's teeth, one clenched them. Over stocks. I see. This is orders not from a consumer standpoint, but from the standpoint of a retailer, store. It was ordered more than necessary, so now they have overstock. Okay, there we go. Well, don't wait out here. Go home. Go in. Go on in. Well, don't wait. Well, don't wait out here. It could be go on in. This has a kind of the well and everything. It has a sort of familiar tone to it, so it could be go on in. Excessively. Yeah, so something's excessively sweet. It's too sweet. And then variety commonly found in jellies and pies. Right, what is this? I assume it's going to be grape. Oh, it is grapes. I assume these are all grapes. Concord. I have heard of Concord grapes. I mean, I couldn't have told you that they were common in pies, but I mean, at least I've heard of Concord grapes and Concord grape jam. Okay, there we go. Hindu wedding adornment that's said to get darker the more the newlyweds love each other. Is it henna? Let's try it and see. Well, I'm just going to check this because I want to be sure. Don't wait out here. Oh, maybe it is go on in. There we go. Okay, it must be henna. I hadn't heard that specific sort of tradition. That's kind of a nice thing. So that's referring to the ink that often decorates hands, for instance. Okay, so dance at a luau. A hula dance is associated with a luau in a kind of Hawaiian or Polynesian sense. More open to the elements. Airier, maybe a room that is more literally open to the elements would be airier. And prudent could be judicial. You could have prudent. What would fit? What ending would fit here? What about this one? Like Loki, Norse, a Norse god from the Norse pantheon. And then here we have Seahawks are... What are Seahawks called? I'm not sure. What about this? Common jeans feature a rip. I guess you do often see jeans sold with rips already in them. So then what about this? Seahawks. Yeah, I don't know. Here we have so or a word following so. So here? So that's the case. Here, that's the case. It could be. Not sure. I'm not sure about that one yet. Checkout unit item. So if you're it might be used as a unit if there's a sign that says five items or fewer for the express lane, or five items or less if you want to annoy me. So anyway, there we go. So in a word following so then, is this not Norse? How would that possibly be the case? What am I missing here? So I don't understand what I'm missing. It should be obvious, I would think. Oh, and I've just realized we've got more shaded bits here. So rumor, talk, dick, D-I-C. I have no idea what's going on with these. This one could be wrong. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with this clue. Okay, wax figures, question mark. Ears or... I'm not sure. Goals are aims. Your goals are your aims. There we go. There's something in the grid. Really hurt. It ached, maybe? Delivery that can't be returned. Delivery that can't be returned. I don't know, childbirth or delivery like you speak something, you couldn't sort of return that. I'm sure there are other senses of delivery. I'm not thinking of. What about this? Oktoberfest purchase. A beer? So if we're spelling beer in the German manner, perhaps, that could be it, because Oktoberfest is of German origin. Let's see. Delivery that can't be... Oh, I see. It's in tennis. It is another kind of delivery that I hadn't thought about. So delivery in the sense of a tennis serve that isn't returned as an ace. Perfume ingredient, aster. There we go. These are compounds in perfumes that have strong, that have strong scent component. Okay, so what about this? Bug. Natter or something? No, I don't know. Feigns indignation. Interesting that it ends with ED. Is that right? Really hurt. I guess it could be achy. No, I think I would spell that without an E. Really hurt, ached. Do I think that's right? I think it is, with that A and the C. Like a bathroom directly connected to a bedroom. Ensuite. There we go. Only U.S. coin that does not explicitly indicate how many cents it's worth. Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have remembered that, but I guess that's the dime. Feigns indignation. If one feigns indignation, one is... I'm wondering how we get it with the ED at the end. We could say, is what? Is fumed? That doesn't make any sense at all. Is... maybe it's not is. What about this? Disorganized stack. A heap is a disorganized stack. Okay. So if one feigns indignation, one acts mad. Oh, is this wrong the whole time? Oh, is it attar? No, what is it? That doesn't look good with this. Oh no, maybe it is. Attar. I think that also is some kind of perfume compound. What about this one? Bug. Maybe I was thinking of ester before. I don't know. I'm all mixed up now with my sort of hazily remembered chemistry terms. Bug. Pester. To pester someone is to bug them. There we go. Okay, this is finally coming together. So with 61 down, like some gossip, as represented phonetically by each set of shaded squares. Right. Rumor. Oh, rumor. Like gossip. A rumor is a gossip. Talk. Like T-A-L-K, talk. Sorry, where else was that pointing me? Like 61 down, like some gossip, as represented phonetically by each set of shaded squares. Oh, you heard it on the grapevine. Like some gossip is on the grapevine? How do we... Sorry, I'm not sure what we're looking for here. I'm sure that's... Oh, no, wait, no, it starts up here. Sorry. Heard through... There we go. That's what it is. Heard through the grapevine. Right, and that is an idiom used to refer to, you know, he said that she said that he said that you heard it through the grapevine. There we go. That is how it goes. Great. Okay, good. So I think we figured out all of the elements of the theme, just need to solve the rest of it. So these shaded cells sound like bits of gossip. And then on the vine, we have grapes, which we did sort of infer that before. And then the revealer reads, heard through the grapevine. Great. Okay. Let's just try and finish this bit off before we move on. Stressful work, question mark, not sure. Dot on a die. I think that's a pip. The little indentations on a die, those are called pips. Stressful work, not sure. Clean hands, so to speak. Innocence. If you have clean hands, you're innocent. If you have blood on your hands, you're guilty, metaphorically. Slow-cooked entrees. Pot roasts? Yeah, that fits. That would be a slow-cooked meat dish, which, in U.S. English, entree refers to a main dish. Charge with entrust. If you entrust somebody with, your valuable item, you charge them with its safety, I guess, in that case. Probably wasn't the best example to use, but you get the idea. Camp bed. Oh, no. Oh, I spelled innocence wrong. Innocence is what I put. So, as you all know, I can't help myself. I make typos all the time, seemingly. But a camp bed is a cot. There we go. Counterpart of eves are morns. So eve, the evening before, and then the morning of. Joins those on the stage, enters. If you enter, you could enter stage left, for instance. And then musical artist Yoko, here we go, the official solo female music artist of the New York Times Crossword is Yoko Ono, so we will put her in the grid. And stressful work, oh, it's a poem, that's a good clue. So stressful work in the sense of a work with, a work of art with stresses. So you have the kind of meter of the stress might be important in a poem, where the accent is put on the within lines. Okay, eyeballs, e.g. orbs. There we go. They're spheres. And word before dating or skating, speed dating or speed dating. There we go. Speed skating or dating. There we go. Okay. Life-saving mission for short. Not sure about that one. Texas A&M athlete. Okay, this I have encountered in the crossword at least a few times. An Aggie, which is some sort of contraction of agriculture because of the kind of historic area of focus of this school, and there are a couple other schools with a similar name. I can't remember if Aggie specifically stands for one exact word, but it's something to do with agriculture. Okay, fit for a king. Regal is, regal, royal, kingly. Sees red. If one sees red, one boils. You're furious. You're angry. And subject of 1960s to 70s addiction research. So LSD was a common study of a focus of study of research in that era. The psychotropic drug. Absolutely devour. So if you inhale a meal, you could be said to have absolutely devoured it. Life-saving mission for short is a rescue operation. There we go. And a lake house rental is a canoe, right? Okay, I was first thinking, oh, did I do this wrong? Is it cabin? No, it's something you'd rent while staying at a lake house. You'd rent a canoe for the lake. Here we have whoop-de-doo, I guess this is. Just a sort of little phrase of whimsy or lack of care. And then lithium-ion battery is common sort of battery you might encounter. 1994 single by Hole, whose cover art depicts a miniature wedding dress and veil. I'm sure I will recognize this when I see it, because I feel as though I feel Hole is one of those bands where if you know any of their songs, you know exactly one of them, and I feel I fall into that category, but I can't remember what it is. So we'll just have to see. Things that perceptive people might pick up. Sorry, I didn't mean to denigrate Hole when I said that. I'm sure there are lots of people who know many more of their songs. What I more mean is it's more likely for just like a randomly chosen person that you'll know exactly one of their songs, if you know any, and don't happen to be a big fan. Things that perceptive people might pick up. I don't know. I don't know. Odd. You might pick up. Oh, right. I forgot. And we've also got this gossip thing. What do we have in there right now? The deets is in the info. No. Not sure. Not sure. Okay, let's go back up to here when I actually have most of this filled out. Wax figure. Oh, bees, as in bees, but beeswax, of course. So or a word following so. True? So true. So. Oh, it is so. It is true. Yes, true can be a synonym of so. Because, yes, just as I said, it is so. It is true. There we go. Ah, that took me ages. What about this? Prudent. Oh, it is judicious. Why did I think that couldn't be the. Oh, did I say judicial? That was strange if that's what I said. I hope it's not what I said because that's completely the wrong word. But judicious is what we're looking for there. So what is this? We have D-I-C. Is it dick or is it deek or is it. Oh, as in. Is it. Is dick in the sense of the skinny or the dope, the info? Is that how that's used? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but this is presumably right because the crosses seem correct. Okay, well, let's just keep going. Unnerves. If something unnerves you, it jars you. It's surprising. And just checking the time, see how I'm doing. Should be all right. Seahawks, ospreys. Does that fit? It does fit. It does fit. Okay, ospreys, Seahawks. That sounds right to me. And then things that perceptive people might pick up. So okay, so we need another synonym of gossip. D-E-R, the dirt. So D-E-R-T. Oh, wait a second. Sorry. I see how this works. I apologize. I was wrong about this entirely. We're meant to read because I was thinking dirt. That's an odd way to spell it. But of course, it's just because it's inside. But of course, it's an odd way to spell it. The whole point is that they're homophones. But anyway, the point is we pronounce it the way it's found within its containing word. So it's judicious. It's to dish, the gossip, the dish. There we go. That's what it is. And then these others just happen to sound the same anyway. Groomers, overstocks. So talk as in, I mean, there certainly would be plenty of places here in the UK where some of these where you might quibble, especially with maybe talk. You might quibble with whether that is actually pronounced the same way as in the talk and stock. But let's not get into that. This is always an issue with homophones in general. But for now, let's just keep going. So anyway, dirt. You might pick up the dirt. Again, same idea, gossip. So what is this one? Things that perceptive people might pick up. Undertones. You might pick up undertones. You might sort of read between the lines. Whoops. Okay. Oh, right. This is that whole thing. We'll come back to it. Little lifter. No idea. Windy part of a kite. I think it's maybe not windy, but windy. You wind up a kite with a reel. That's pretty good. So you wind up the string of the kite with the reel. That's good. Little lifter. Oh, a tee lifts a ball. You could have a golf tee, for instance. It's a tiny little lifter of a ball. Body of water adjoining Korea Bay. The Yellow Sea. Game with big prizes. Lotto, a sort of drawing a lottery. And I'm not working right now in email shorthand. OOO could be out of office. That you do see sometimes. And snore loudly is saw logs, right? I've seen that before as well. The sound of snoring can sort of sound like someone sawing logs, and you sometimes see that represented in cartoons with someone literally doing that, but also you can just say, oh, that person's sawing logs, they're snoring loudly. The A of the ACT UP organization. Is it anti? Let's look at this. Sorry, am I mistaken? No, maybe not. American? I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm not actually sure what ACT UP stands for. Am I mistaken? Is it me? Am I mistaken? Not sure. Turn downs. Negatives or denials? Denials? Yes. If you turn someone down, you deny them. That could be the answer. Hot herbal brew. Something tea. What about this? Putting together. Something ing. Tooling. Putting together. I don't know that you'd say tooling to put something together. What would this be? Pooling. You're putting your money together. You're pooling it. I like that more. And then keister is your patootie. There we go. Does that help me with this? Hot herbal brew. Oh, say it is something tea. Sage tea. There we go. There we go. That I have encountered. All right. So sage, the herb, literally. And then tiny member of a swarm is a gnat. You could have a swarm of gnats, little insects. What hits the ground running? A sole of your shoe. And am I mistaken? Is it not? You could say, I'm certain that's the answer. Is it not? Am I mistaken? And then airport screening initials are TSA. Oh, AIDS. Oh, okay. It's an AIDS related organization. Okay, that's the A of ACT UP. I probably should have known that. Let's see. Oh, maybe I don't know this whole song. Doll. I really thought I was going to recognize it, but I don't seem to. Cornmeal cake opone. That was in the crossword yesterday or the day before. It was certainly within the last 2 days. But there we go, cornpone. And then demographic group is a segment, or well, I don't know what it is. What was this again? Oh, this was variety that shares its name with a Mideast. Muscat. There we go. That's it. That is, I have heard that referenced as a wine of some kind. So that suggests it must also be a grape, Muscat grape. There we go. That is the answer. Okay, I'm annoyed I didn't get that earlier, but that's fine. Got there eventually. Demographic group is, this I still don't know. Demographic group. Why do I not see what that is? What about this next one? Much like, akin to, if something is happening much like that, it would be akin to that how that person does it or whatever. They get high by the beach. Terns, or what? I'm trying to think of birds, maybe. Obviously you read this and you think of somebody getting high in the sense of, using drugs, but I suspect it's misdirection and we're thinking of maybe seabirds, but I'm not sure what it is. So what about this? Doll parts? Boy, that is just, it turns out it wasn't familiar to me by name. Maybe I'd recognize it if I heard it, I don't know. Demographic group. Cohort, yes, okay, you could refer to a particular age cohort or something, a generational cohort or some other demographic group. And then stashed away is hid. And then, oh no, it wasn't birds, it was tides, high tide, low tide. There we go, okay, fair enough. Mushroom added to ramen, enoki, you could sometimes do see enoki mushrooms added to ramen. It's Japanese mushrooms. And then ID, whose first 5 digits are sometimes ignored. So this is SSN, social security number. So sometimes, so it's a 9-digit number, but sometimes only the last 4 are used for identifying purposes. And this is a unique identifying number in the U.S. sort of tax system. Man, woman, and child, e.g. Nouns. Right. Okay. So you read that and you think it's going to be something to do with like the relationship between them or something. No, they're just nouns. Just linguistically, they are nouns. Proceeds, continues, or ensues, or proceeds. Oh, proceed. No, it's not proceeds. It's proceeds. It's a noun. It's the revenues from business operation or something. The proceeds, the revenues. The earnings. Okay, so here we have don't blank. I was going to say don't tempt me until I looked back and saw the crosses, which don't fit. Don't I'm not sure. Okay. Kicking my head off tempt. Sound in Old MacDonald had a farm. So it could be moo. So that's the song in which, all the different animals make all their different sounds. So it could be moo. Are there another? I'm trying to think if there are other sounds that would fit with an O at the end of 3 letters. But let's just look at this quickly. Be baller in Big D. This is a this is a basketball clue, I assume. Oh, is it Mav for Mavericks? I think Mav has been in Mav or Mavs. I think has been in the crossword about 3 times in the last week, which is incredibly fortunate for me because had it not been, I definitely wouldn't have guessed it this time. But I think that might be the answer. The Mavericks. Oh, is the D for Dallas? Is it basketballer in Big Dallas? Are the Dallas Mavericks? That might be the answer. Anyway, piece of info, a datum, the plural of data. Although I think recently the I think the Oxford English Dictionary started accepting data as not strictly a plural noun, as it is the plural of datum, which makes sense because these days we all kind of use it more in a collective way rather than strictly as a plural. All right, 76. Don't quote me. There we go. That's what it is. And then home to the great ziggurat of Ur, so Iraq. So Ur, a sort of, famously ancient city. And there we have it. Lyft request a ride. You could use the Lyft app to call a ride hail to call for a car to come pick you up. One fast-tracked in an interview pool. One fast-tracked in an interview pool. Is it someone who's got a connection or something? I'm not sure what we're looking for here. What about this one? Purges, rids. If you purge your home of insects, you rid it of insects. Real-time PC exchanges are IMs, instant messages. And picture taker, a frame? Yes, a frame takes a picture in the sense that it accepts a picture. One dropping amorous hints. An admirer or a wooer or a suitor. I don't know. None of those would fit. Trigonometry units. Radians? That's a unit that's used in trigonometry in some way. Couldn't really remember exactly how to calculate them or anything like that, but there we go. That's it. Thunderous sounds are claps, as in a thunderclap. There we go. Aide de camp. There we go. So it could be a sort of trusted lieutenant that you have, an aide. Hardly worth mentioning. Trivial. There we go. Something of middling consequence. And then some rivers have them. River deltas. There we go. Sort of silty river delta. And believer in Jah would be a Rastafarian. Okay, flight segment is a something stop, maybe? What is that? Keep thinking train stop, but I can't. It doesn't make any sense. Organization with the phone number 1-800-TAX form. Oh, that's funny. It must be the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. So then what is this? In-air stop? Flight segment. Maybe this isn't stop. I don't think that's right. I think that's... Not only is it not right, I think it's wrong. Info you might send someone when you're running late. An ETA, estimated time of arrival. And liven up, to pep up, to liven up the room, to pep it up. So this is something step, flight segment. Oh, a stair step. It's nothing to do with flying. It's a flight of stairs. There we go. Very good. Nice misdirection there, or at least it was for me. Big Ten school that plays home football games at Beaver Stadium. Is it Penn State? Pennsylvania State University? I don't know, but it may well be. Let's try it and see. One dropping amorous hints. Oh, okay, a flirter. Yes, you could be dropping amorous hints because you're flirting with somebody. And then seat in the London Stock Exchange. Arse. So there we go. That is British English for your rear end or your seat. And London Stock Exchange just means we're referring to a place in the UK. In this case, here in London. Although that would be the city of London, I guess, unlike where I am. Place to pamper pets that purr. Cats. Oh, a cat spa. I was reading that as cat's paw because I was thinking of, the paw of a cat. It was missing its W and I was confused. But anyway, cat's paw. Well, there we go. Fitting a little tight. Snug. Okay, I don't know. Golf tournament division. Not sure. Tiers. No, I think we've actually had tiers in the poem in the crossword today before either a clue or an answer. President who campaigned on the slogan, "Our best days still lie ahead." Was it Biden? Let's look at the cross and see. And just because there's an N at the end there. Clifford the Big Red Dog error. Okay, yeah, they must be PBS, the public broadcasting system in the US. And then Biden's there. Real pickle is a snafu. Nah, no way. Can't be. Its panhandle abuts British Columbia, Idaho, the state of Idaho in the U.S. And then golf tournament division. I don't know. What about this? Referral. Yes, okay, it is what I was thinking, but I just couldn't think of a word. One fast-tracked in an interview pool could be a referral. So they've been referred by someone internally, so you'd fast-track them through because you already strongly suspect you want to hire them. Okay, so golf tournament division, pairs. Oh, I see, pairs and singles, I guess. Is that what it means? And then, nah, no way. Ain't so? This looks like visor. It is visor. Sun shield you wear could be a visor. And gross could be ick. I don't like it. And then eco-conscious. There we go. So, good. Look at that. Just about 40 minutes. It's just always how it works out. But it's also what I needed today. So let's quickly look at the theme, and then I will wrap up this video. We have our revealer, which says, like some gossip, as represented phonetically by each set of shaded squares. So heard through the grapevine. So we hear each of these bits of these larger words, and they are all running through the grapevine, which goes down through the grid. So we've got our three grape varieties, Merlot, Concord, and Muscat, that make up the grapevine, and then running through it that we've heard rumors, talk, dish, dirt, and news. Oh, I never saw news there before. And there we have it. An incredibly clever and well-constructed and tidy theme. It's very what I like to think of as a conscientious theme. It's sort of, it's very internally consistent, and it all fits together very well. So well done to Sid Sivakumar on that one. And there we have it. That was the Sunday crossword, the inside scoop. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back tomorrow for a shorter, quicker, simpler themed puzzle, the Monday puzzle, to start the solving week, so join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.